As I speak to you today, whether or not there was quorum, nobody can speak to that. Go be anywhere or can
yeah, but the point is
that issue is a red herring. It's a non-starter.
Oh, you think so? If because Honorable, you sit on the Constitutional and Legal Affairs Committee, issues of quorum and red herring, and an issue of quorum doesn't depend on whether minority members raise it on the floor or not. These are matters of fact. If there was
no, we are dealing with law.
No,
the standing order has laid out a procedure to follow if you think that there is no quorum.
Okay.
You follow the procedure. If you don't follow the procedure after the bill has been done, you have no grounds to come and raise it. Because at the end of the day, the question would be that at that point in time, how many people were there or how many people were present? And nobody can answer that question. Because when you trigger the process, they'll do a head count to know exactly the number of people who are there. When you don't raise it at that time, it starts on God. You cannot come back.
But that's why I'm making the argument. That cannot be the position of the law, respectfully, because
why can't that be the position of the law? I'm telling you that there is a procedure that you need to follow if you are in the house and the business is going on and you feel that you don't have the quorum. You have to trigger the procedure.
Yeah,
if you don't trigger the procedure and we proceed and do whatever we have to do, you cannot come back.
Yeah, Honorable, I get you. But the point I'm making is what brought about Abdullahi as Attorney General. Now, Parliament, a private citizen then went to the court, said there was no quorum to make a decision on that day. People made the argument, say, oh, what Parliament has done is a closed book. Parliament, but the Supreme Court said no. Quorum, a constitutional provision. If they did not, and the Supreme Court nullified everything that was done. That is not based on, say, oh, Obia and Rezi issue of Parliament. That is not the position of the law, and that's the argument I'm making.
Yes. Parliament is the master of its own rules. And when it comes to the procedures in Parliament, the court does not even have the right to intervene as far as procedures of Parliament are concerned. You understand? So
that may not be entirely true. I mean, if you've read,
it has issues to do with quorum. You raise it timeously. If you don't raise it timeously, the Justice Abdullah issue that you are talking about. So far, I don't have the facts, but the point is that was that issue of quorum raised or it was not raised at all? Because there will be a difference where it was raised and maybe the numbers were clear enough, but still we went ahead. That would be a different scenario from a situation where it was not raised at all.
No. But because because I will say we need facts, and maybe it will not be necessary to argue further. Maybe you may have to get that decision and read, and then we would have this conversation later. Because as far as I know, having read that decision of the Supreme Court, the issue of quorum is extremely important.
So you need to be able to appreciate the facts and the circumstances. There may be two different scenarios.
No, I know.
I'm not seeing those facts.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. But I know what I'm talking about. We will have that argument later. Now, what is there now? The kind of amendment minority alleges this bill almost materially different from the first bill of Parliament passing in the 8th Parliament. The president then went to me and signed. What do you make of such claims a minority making, Honorable?
My brother, the Omokano is born out of mischief. Let me start on this note. This bill was a bill that was passed during the MPP time, and they were supposed to attend to, the president was supposed to attend to give his presidential address. He refused to do so. The NDC Abana yet party bill now. They know that the people of Ghana who have confidence in us, they will know the NDC is a credible party. They are just trying to do everything out of mischief just to paint a certain picture. But once the last parliament left with the bill, new night parliament the process was triggered again. It was referred to Constitutional and Legal. When Constitutional Leader will start on the bill, all the key stakeholders were invited. The traditional leaders, the Christian community, Muslim community, state institutions, whose duties and mandates are connected with these matters. They were all represented. A lot of them presented memoranda and all that. And we went through the processes. Indeed, some of the institutions raised concerns. For instance, Shrine. Constitutionally mandated Constitution of Ghana, the 1992 Constitution, authority, that mandate to execute under the laws of Ghana. So I'm saying, some of those mandates will be prescribed by the law. So we needed to relook at all those issues, and those concerns came. Which are here. We deliberated on all these issues.
Okay.
And the people proposed the first amendments are ASA. We had it before the House. Number one, so Mukacho says, bill now, you pass in the last parliament, it's not the same. Bill or the bill that they presented to this ninth parliament, it is entirely different from the one that was presented to Akufo-Addo to sign. So in the first place, it's not the same as the old one. And why is that the case? Because law is very dynamic. It will be better. Even right from the onset, they themselves they have shot themselves in the foot, because the bill that they presented to the ninth parliament, it's not the same bill that they presented to the eighth parliament. There are substantial differences.
Okay,
I'm telling you.
What is
one of the paragraphs now?
My one difference be in the bill or the buy. Honorable Oteminka.
Well, line here is very faint, but I'm trying very hard to understand.
Oteminka Sisia.
Okay, continue.
Yeah, now me say my one material difference between Omobili Omodebai and the Omo presented to the 8th Parliament, you know. Materially different.
So the Omo presented to the 8th Parliament, you know. Provision view of, for instance, that paragraph 9 way, clause 9 way, no?
Yes.
Then clause 9 in this bill. Old bill, now clause 12. Now, clause 12, you know, so no. Oman started that clause was subject to the Constitution. But this new bill, before the 9th Parliament, you know, clause 12 number and clause 9, they began with